this is Jay from iDrive.NY, back with another video. And it's Sunday, and I am driving for Deliv this morning. Actually, it's noon. It's about 12:40 in the afternoon. And as you can see, I am under the L on Broadway, and I am headed to BedStuy, or as it's known in Brooklyn, BedStuy. BedStuy, do or die.
Merry Christmas!
So BedStuy is one of the original neighborhoods in Brooklyn, back from when Brooklyn was a city on its own and separate from the rest of New York City. Oh boy, I forgot the keys. Okay, so interesting fun fact. Today I wasn't supposed to work. Technically I was, but I wasn't. So look, the thing is this. Deliv is a little different than most other delivery apps in that if you want to cancel, you can't just cancel your app at the last minute. You need to email customer support or driver support at least 4 hours in advance. And so yesterday, Saturday, I decided that I did not want to work my shift today from 12 to 4. And so I emailed the company well in advance, and I thought I was good. And this morning, I just checked the app to make sure that they had canceled my committed blocks. And I noticed that my blocks were green. They were still green. I was still set for work. So it turns out that I had emailed them from the wrong email address. So they did not know it was me, and my blocks are on. I had to work. So that is kind of a weird thing with Deliv. But, you know, what could I do? So now we are heading to Williamsburg. So, looks like it's about 1.4 miles away from my pickup spot. And, yeah, Williamsburg is an interesting place. Williamsburg, you know, for as long as I can remember living in New York City, was a very, you know, in the 80s, Much of Brooklyn in the 80s was crime-ridden, drug-infested, and a very difficult place, a rough neighborhood. Now Williamsburg is one of, it's just so you know, it's one of the neighborhoods in the northwest section of Brooklyn, and it's right next to the Williamsburg Bridge, which leads right to Manhattan. And as you can imagine, during you know, the recent surge in real estate in the last 15 years. I know we've had a downturn, but Williamsburg quickly became it underwent a renaissance, a lot of rebuilding, a lot of young people moved there. I think I'm going to North 10th Street in Williamsburg, which is kind of a hotbed for young artists, musicians. I think most people would call them hipsters. So we're going to Hipsterville. One of the other huge populations in Williamsburg is the Hasidic Jewish population. For those of you who are not from New York City, anytime you watch any movie about New York City, you see guys in beards, wearing coats. They have curls coming down the side of their heads, curls of hair. Those are Hasidic Jews, and very, very large Jewish population here in Brooklyn. In fact, Brooklyn it has the second highest concentration of Jewish people outside of Israel. So, and it seems like many of them are in Williamsburg. It's a huge population. Borough Park is another neighborhood in Brooklyn, but Williamsburg is, for many years, has been kind of one of the main areas for Hasidic Jews, at least. Williamsburg definitely is a really nice place to live. In particular, in these the small little square of about 6 blocks, a 6-block radius where there's all shops, really nice restaurants, you know, a lot of the upper middle class stuff, organic shops, yoga studios, green markets. Williamsburg is beautiful. Now,
just sign right there. Have a great night. Great day, sorry.
so one of the interesting things about this job is that you get to see places that you normally wouldn't have access to. You get to see how other people live, and sometimes it can be quite interesting. You can see sometimes the best of situations, sometimes you can see the worst of situations. I think that last customer is living in a very nice situation. I'm done. Okay, so 4 hours, 6 deliveries, all over Brooklyn, some parts of Queens, some interesting customers, some very generous ones, some very cheap ones. All in all, a good shift. Thank you, Deliv. So if you like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. Let's try to hit 20 likes on this video. Also, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, questions, anything that you want to say to me or ask me, please leave it downstairs in the comment box, and I will be happy to get back to you. So once again, this is Jay from iDrive NY. Stay driven, my friends.